So let's talk to some students and find out how they're feeling and how all of this is affecting them. We're joined by Alex Bilton, who's a geography student at the University of Lincoln, also George Rank Griffiths, a French, Spanish and Portuguese student at the University of Exeter, and Bonnie Buchanan and Ralph Leng, who are both students at the University of York. Welcome to you all. Well, my goodness, Alex, let's start with you because you're in Lincoln, your parents are in Sheffield. You haven't seen them since you've been back at university.
No, I haven't seen them at all since I've been back at university, actually. Obviously, I've been having the nice WhatsApp, FaceTime calls. But yeah, it's weird not seeing them and going home.
Are you looking forward to it when you eventually do get there?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing my mum and dad, definitely.
And George, your situation is rather interesting because you're a language student and, well, normally with language students, I remember back in the day when I did my French degree, you go normally in year 3 to the country of the language that you're learning to spend a year abroad polishing that language. You won't be though, will you?
Well, it's difficult to say really because with uncertain circumstances at the moment, we have to arrange it within the next 6 weeks. But we're just having to go with the flow and see if we can do it, really.
Oh, well, fingers crossed. Bonnie, let's talk to you and Ralph. You're in a house together. How are you supporting each other? How are you finding all of this?
It's definitely been difficult locking down, and York's been in tier 2 for a while, so we're sort of getting used to being locked down together, I guess. We're getting used to it and we're doing things to get by. So it's been all right.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot less worse than the last lockdown just because the library's open. So, you're still getting out of the house and going to the library and studying. There's still a bit of structure to your day. So, yeah, it's been okay.
Is anything else open, Ralph? Is it just the library?
It's just the library at the minute, yeah. You kind of book slots and it's really regulated. You wear masks, yeah.
Spending time, Bonnie, in a library, it's slightly different to the experience I had. How do you feel?
I'm feeling all right. I appreciate the difficult circumstances that lecturers have been put into to put everything online and how difficult it must be, and I really sympathise with them. But it has been quite difficult adjusting to online learning and getting used to booking slots for the library because a lot of the time it's full and you can't actually get into it. But yeah, no, I appreciate what the university has done to accommodate to us during this time.
And let's talk to Alex because none of you are freshers. Alex, how would you have felt, do you think, if this was your first year at university? This is your third year, so actually you're going to potentially miss out on graduation. That's something else that's going to be quite concerning.
Yeah, I know. The Lincoln University obviously has the graduation in the cathedral. If you've ever been to Lincoln, there's a massive, lovely cathedral there. So I'd be pretty gutted if I get to miss out on that as well. Obviously, as well, freshers, if I'd have been in first year, I think I probably would have deferred. But if I had no other option, then, you just got to suck it up, I guess.
And George, you actually had coronavirus. Talk us through what happened. How did you go about even getting a test? And how do you feel now?
Well, luckily, University of Exeter is really good with tests. There's an online page to fill in, and I filled it in the morning and managed to get a test that very afternoon. So that's really a credit to Exeter there. But yeah, I got it, and then I don't know from where, but hey ho, and luckily I was asymptomatic. But yeah, I got contacted by the university asking if I was okay, and I felt really good actually going through it and felt supported.
And how did you know that you had it if you were asymptomatic? What was the kind of telltale sign?
Oh, we got contacted by Track and Trace, and I thought, well, before going home for reading week, which was a couple of weeks ago now, to see my parents, I thought, well, I better get tested, just to see. And I got tested and it came back positive, which was, obviously you have to follow the rules, and it is what it is, I guess.
And let's talk to Bonnie, because your trip home is a little bit further than the others. Talk us about where your family is based.
Yeah, so my parents both live out in Jakarta in Indonesia, so it's a good at least 18-hour trip over there. Yeah, so it's been a bit of a struggle planning if I can even go back due to visas and everything and trying to organise that and whether I'll even be allowed into the country. But now with the window, at least I have a bit of a plan of when I can try and get home. But yeah, no, it's been tough being away from them.
And Ralph, do you feel, what kind of information are you getting, given that, what are we now, November, you'd be breaking up for Christmas, not relatively soon. Are you being supported? What details do you have?
Yeah, well, the university have been updating us regularly by email, just telling us what's going on. So they've given us a window of the 3rd to the 9th, and they've said just go home at a certain point. They've recommended you get tested, because obviously no one wants to bring it down to their families. So we've been kept in the loop.
And let's go back to Alex. Alex, do you know what's going to happen in January?
We still haven't really got any guidance from the university, unfortunately. I guess they're doing the best they can. The University of Lincoln have been really, really good. When we've been isolating in the house, they sent out food boxes for free, and we've been given as much information as they can possibly get from the government, really.
And when it comes to George, I know you drive, so potentially you could get yourself home not on public transport, but you've got the issue that your mum works in the NHS.
Yeah, that's correct. So obviously I don't want to bring anything home, and obviously working in the hospital, she may spread it if I happen to give it to her. But yeah, I'm lucky that I'm only a 2.5, 3 hour drive away, and I can just hope that now I'm semi-immune having had it.
And let's get, what advice does George's mum give to you, George?
She just says to me to be sensible. Don't go out partying all the time, and I'm not that kind of person anyway. So I just stick to myself in the house and just hope that all goes by nice and smoothly.
Oh, George's mum, you're hearing it here on the BBC. He's sensible, he doesn't do that. Well, let's, Bonnie and Ralph, when you've been stuck together in the house for so long, have there been issues? Have you been kind of getting along with it? It's a difficult situation.
I feel like we've been getting on fine.
Yeah.
We've just been doing our work.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as the first lockdown. Everyone's been trying to find things to keep them busy, and it has been quite nice that we have university almost as a thing to keep us going throughout the day, having the lectures to do. But it's actually been really nice spending a lot of time with your housemates and with each other, and just doing getting to know each other even more, I guess. Yeah, it's been nice. It actually has been nice.
That's really nice, actually. Friendships for life there. And Alex, when it comes to the online lessons that you have, do you feel, how does that compare, given that you're now coming to the end of your university time? How does that compare to when you were a fresher in year 2?
I say this to a lot of my friends, that I have a 9 a.m. on a Monday morning, which is a slog to get out of bed for anyway. But I'm present and I'm there, but mentally not really present, rather than being there in the lecture theatre, to be honest.
OK. Brilliant stuff. Well, listen, thank you so much, all of you. Alex, George, Bonnie and Ralph, thank you for sharing your experiences. Good luck. And, really wishing you all the best, and hopefully you do eventually graduate. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.